Hello students, today I'll cover up the next topic of the chapter, what is democracy, why democracy. So today's topic is summary definition. As you know that we have discussed certain case studies in the class. We've read about certain examples of the countries like China, Mexico, Pakistan, Fiji, Saudi Arabia, Estonia, Zimbabwe. So these many countries we have discussed, and with the help of these countries we have understood what is not democracy. Yes, so democracy is a form of government in which the rulers or the leaders are those who's ruling the country must be elected by the people. This I think everyone knows about it by now. So, first feature is rulers elected by the people take all the major decisions. Rulers, as we have discussed, Pakistan during the year 1999, there was a military general. And what happened in Pakistan? That military general was not elected by the people, but he was taking all the major decisions. So, that is a not a democratic form of government. So what should happen in democratic form of government? That all the decisions, all the final decisions should be taken by the rulers which are actually elected by the people. Understood the difference? Here in Pakistan we have discussed the example where the leader or the ruler, the military general, was not elected by the people. Still, he was taking the major decisions. So, that time Pakistan was not a democratic country. Okay? And what should be democratic and what is democratic? In which the rulers are elected by the people and they are taking the major decisions. Is it clear? Second one, elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. Yes, elections should be fair and free and fair enough so that the people must have a choice to choose their own ruler. Okay, because we have discussed China, we've also discussed Mexico. What happened in China? China, they did not had the citizen of China, they did not had the choice to choose their own leaders. So what should happen? In a democratic country, everyone must get a free opportunity to choose. Okay, people must be free to choose any one of their choice. Is it clear? Because in Pakistan, there was no choice to the people. That's it. I hope this is clear. And next is the choice and opportunities available to all the people on equal basis. We have discussed Fiji. We have discussed Estonia. Alright. Also we have discussed Saudi Arabia. There everyone did not had the equal vote. So know the value of vote, and some of in Saudi Arabia women were not allowed to vote. So there was discrimination during elections. So in a democratic country during elections everyone must have equal opportunity. Okay. Alright, so the examples we have discussed, those are of non-democratic country. So the alternative of these countries or the opposite of this should be a democratic country. Okay, where everyone is having a equal vote and no discrimination should be there on the basis of religion, caste, creed, culture, etc. Last one, the exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizen rights. Yes, I have discussed what is supreme in our country. It is our laws. And where the laws are written in our constitution. So the choices before the government should be limited, because once they are coming to power, they're becoming the prime minister, president, they are simply amending the constitution or changing the laws in their favor. So this should not be there, because constitution is supreme, our laws are supreme. So the basic structure of the laws should not be changed in anyone's favor. It should be equal, because before the law we are all equal. I hope this is clear. we'll move on to next. In your book, if you see, you will find one argument why democracy. All right. So if you read about it, there are certain students, they are discussing about what should be democracy. All right. Just have a clear idea about it once you go and read about it. All right. So I'm quickly going on to the arguments against democracy. What are the demerits or what are the disadvantage of keeping a democratic form of government? First disadvantage or first demerits can be leaders keep on changing in a democratic form of government. Yes, because people have a choice and people do choose different leaders after every 5 years. So they keep on changing, and this breaks the stable order, the order which was formed, or which the order which was there in the country, and because of the repetitive change of the leaders, this leads to instability. And democracy is all about political competition and power play. Yes, people, the leaders, actually they want to become a leader only for the sake of power, not for the sake of uh, doing good to the society. Not everyone, we cannot say, we cannot just simply blame or say that everyone is like behind or after the power. No. Some sections, some personalities are there which are actually coming to want to become leader just because they want power. That is why no morality lacks here. Okay, so many people have to be consulted in democracy that it leads to delays. Yes, while making decisions, you've seen how do we make laws, how do we implement laws, and how do we function. It is a delay procedure. We have to consult so many people, so many representatives that they need to be consulted. That is why it leads to delays. Next, elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Sorry. So yes, the leaders who are being elected, they do not know what is the best. Okay, sometimes yes, people make mistakes, so they do not know what is the best interest of the people. That is why it leads to bad decisions. And democracy leads to corruption. Yes, so many people are involved. So many people, they have power, and in between we have seen corruption meaning using their power for their benefits. All right, and this is their democracy leads to corruption. So this is one of the demerits. And last, ordinary people do not know what is good for them. Yes, do you know that democracy is a form of government in which peoples rule indirectly? So they not know what is good for them. So they cannot decide the best. Okay. And yes, it is true that democracy is not a magical solution to all the problems, all right? Since we have adopted democracy, this doesn't mean that democracy will eliminate every problem for us. Okay, like for example, it has not ended poverty. Yes, we are still a developing nation. We have not developed yet. We have population in India, and majority of the population is still poor. So we cannot expect democracy to eradicate poverty. So democracy as a form of government only ensures that people must take their own decisions, that people must be free to take their own decisions. Okay, that does not guarantee that decisions will be good, but the what is essential that people are free to take their own decisions. Even if they're taking bad decisions, they must be free, because people make mistakes. All right, people are bound to make mistakes. Yes, so even if they are leading to delays in decision, people must be having the right to take their decisions. Okay, and now we'll discuss arguments for democracy. So, what happened in China? Okay, I'll give you one example of China. What happened? There was a famine in 1958 to 1961. All right, and nearly 3 crore people died in this famine. Famine is a situation where there is scarcity of food and people just die after that. All right, So there was famine in China and people died in large number. Yet India did not have a famine of this the kind that China had. Now the economists are the people who write theories, alright, who are the thinkers. Okay, economically they think. Now what they have shown that why there were different results in India and China, because of the government, the form of government in China and the form of government in India. As you know, in China there is only one party, there is no opposition parties, but in India we have opposition parties. Like currently if we see, there are two governments like NDA, UPA. So NDA is the current ruling government and UPA is the opposition party. All right. So we have the opposition parties which can point out various critiques, like they are the critiques of the government. So timely actions are being taken in India because the critiques are there to point out the mistakes. Okay, and they are aware of like what is happening, and quickly the decisions were being taken, quickly there were the problems were being solved, just because we have the opposition party. And you know what opposition parties does, they simply point out the mistakes of the governing party, and then the governing party takes the decisions. But not in China, because there is no opposition party, they are the sole decision makers, and there is no one to criticize the role of the party. So that is why there was delay in decision making. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, first argument for democracy is a democratic government is better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Now, accountable meaning the government or the rulers which we are choosing, they are simply accountable, meaning more they are responsible to us. Okay, because democracy is better than other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. What are the needs of the people are being looked by the government itself. Okay, because they are representatives, and a non-democratic government may and can respond to the people needs, but it depends on the wishes of the people who rule. Okay, if the rulers don't want to, they don't have to act according to the wishes of the people. So, in a democracy, it requires that rulers have to attend to the needs because they are more responsible to us. They are taking the responsibility since the people have chosen us. That is why we have to look after the needs of the people. They are the one for whom we have come to power. Okay. So next feature is democracy improves the quality of decision making. Okay, this is another reason why democracy leads to better decisions than any non-democratic form. Non-democratic government, you know, dictatorship, monarchy. We've seen in monarchy there's only one person taking the decision. In dictatorship, one person again or a party, any, but the people are few in monarchy and dictatorship. But in democracy, we have a lot of decision makers. Okay, and they go through certain stages of discussions, meetings. A number of people, they put their heads together. Okay, and they are also, because a number of people are there, they give their own views while making decisions. That is why it is a great advantage for us while taking decisions. Next, democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Yes, all the differences and the conflicts are being resolved because democracy provides all the methods to go for the solutions of the problem. As you know that India is a diverse country, many communities, groups are living together since ages. Yes, so in a society like India, democracy provides a best alternative. Okay, people belong to different religions, people speak different languages, they practice different culture. Okay, they have different castes. Still, we are one. Okay, and even the preferences. Now, preferences meaning the choices of people are also different. That is why there are two groups, because one group will prefer something over the other. All right, and the group which is more dominant, or which is more stronger, they dominate the other group. Okay, but different groups may not be able to live together for such a long, but democracy provides the only peaceful solution to this problem. Okay, because no one is a permanent winner and no one is a permanent loser in democracy. Okay, they provide the best alternative to the problem. Okay, next is democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. See, these three arguments which we have discussed, first two, three, these were about the effect of the government on the people, or what is the role of the government on the people. But now we are going to discuss the role, or the what do you say, the basis of people, where people stand, or what benefit does it bring to the life of the citizen. So democracy simply enhances the dignity or the value of the citizens. All right, so democracy, because here you will see people are rich and some are poor, some are educated, some are not. But what happens? They are all same for the democracy. Okay, because they are also the rulers. Though they belong to different class, they belong to different society, but they are all same. So democracy tries to enhance the value of the citizens, because we are the one who are choosing the government. And finally, democracy is better than other forms of government because it allows to collect its own mistake. All right, because in democracy we can also correct our own mistakes. No form of government can guarantee that. So this is an advantage, that we can correct our own mistakes. Okay, and there's also space for public discussions. We can also discuss, and there is a room of correction. Like we have a choice. Yes, we have a choice to choose the leaders again. Like after every 5 years, we have elections. Say for example, in 2019 there was elections. All right, so we have chosen the wrong government. So this government is there in power for 5 years, and also we can remove the government before completing the term itself. So democracy allows us to correct our own mistakes. Okay, even if the decisions were not good, even if we think that the decisions that were taken was not appropriate for the people, also we can change the decisions. All right, that is why democracy is considered the best form of government. I hope this topic is clear. Even if you have any doubts from this topic, you can write down in the comment sections, and in the next video I'll make you understand the broader meanings of democracy. All right, so thank you, students.